Walk 97.5.
I know everything about weather, so you just sit back and look beautiful like you usually do, okay? Put your feet up, relax.
All right.
We'll get Joe to give you a back rub. This is about weather. 7:38 at WALK, and throughout the morning we've been celebrating Pat Pagano's 35th anniversary here at WALK, doing the weather that you hear him wake up to every single morning. I wanted to ask you, in all of your career doing weather, what do you remember as like the most interesting, challenging, scary, weather event that affected Long Island? Was there like the perfect storm? Was that part of it? Remember that was October of what the heck was that? When was that? When was that? Anybody remember that?
that was in the fall, but I don't think that was the most challenging. I think it was the really big storm in March. The one.
The rain.
The rain and snow.
The mighty
and sleet.
rains that came.
The big storm.
Like
in
a year
March.
ago?
Oh no, this was back in the 80s.
Oh, that other one.
Yeah, the one that started out in the Gulf of Mexico and ripped up bridges in Florida and came right up along the coast. I mean, and the Appalachians had like 4 feet of snow. Here on Long Island, we started as snow, went over to ice, went over to rain, and then went back to snow.
Wow.
The pressure of that was probably greater than Gloria and Irene.
Really?
That was some
No
storm.
kidding.
Very, very challenging storm. Didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, I think at that point, we thought that Long Island could get 2 or 3 feet.
Wow.
But it did not happen.
I would think that in the 35 years you've been doing this, has been, like you were mentioning before about the technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like, before it was like, you threw a couple of rocks and, sticks, and what's the pattern look like?
Did you really throw rocks?
She's not
Wet your
far
finger
from
and
the
hold
truth.
it up. Oh, big wind's coming. But I mean, it's got to be.
Well, now it's all computers.
Yeah, well, Mark,
But
you look
even
at
then.
Yeah, right. But he looks at all the models, and you see there are many too many.
Yeah, like 15 different models.
Exactly.
And you're like, okay, I'll throw the rocks, throw the sticks, wet my finger, pick
Absolutely.
that one.
So a weatherman's dream come true, or a meteorologist's dream come true, is to go to the place on the planet, or at least in the United States, that has the most extreme weather of any place in the United States, and that is the very top of Mount Washington in New Hampshire, and you'd never been there before.
No.
And you had an opportunity to go there over the weekend.
It was on my bucket list, and it was also on the bucket list of my faithful assistant, Don McGrath, and he said, if you want to do it, Pat, I'll do it. I said, okay, great. So we headed up.
But you have to explain, what's so extreme about it? Why do people want to go there?
Well, first of all, it recorded the highest wind ever on the face of the earth, 231 miles per hour.
Wow, so you wear like weights in your shoes.
Well, yeah. Well, you hope when you get up there, it's not going to be that windy.
Wow.
They closed the mountain October 1st. It's closed,
Well,
so you
how'd
can't
you
go
get
up
up
there anymore.
there? You didn't hike?
It was prior to that. No, we took the auto road. And I said to Don, are you going to drive? He said, yeah, I'll drive. Because I knew I'd be a little nervous. So we pulled up. Now, I was a little nervous because I was looking at the forecast before we went up there, and they said that the wind would be gusting to 80 or 85. So I was a little nervous. And I also know people have been up there, but everybody kept saying it'll be the greatest thing in your whole life. Okay, fine. So we pull up to this booth, and the lady comes out, and she says, that'll be $38 for 2 people. We said, fine. And she says, just to let you know, the visibility on the summit is 750 feet. So I looked at Don and I said, oh, that's not bad. I'm thinking, it's not bad. It's
not
zero.
bad. Yeah.
Well, what's 750 feet? Is that like across the road?
Like to the parking lot.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh,
it's not.
no,
Which
really?
means we're not really going to see.
Which
the
is
top
like
of the
you were
mountain.
there, but you didn't have the experience. Oh, now you got to go back.
It's 60.
Bucket list part 2.
Yeah, no way. This is why I'm telling people who want to consider this, just listen to me. 6,200 feet up, and you are riding. Initially, when you get the first couple of thousand feet, it's not a problem. When you get above 2,000 feet, they are giving you marks of 2 miles, 3 miles. It's a 2-lane road. Cars coming down at you on the left. You're going up on the right. The cliff is right there. There are no barriers.
How about the guardrails? None?
No guardrails. No guardrails, no rocks.
So you had to pay $38 and sign a waiver?
They didn't they just warned you. They just warned you. However, we are now at 4,000 feet. I am videotaping because the sights with the colors and beautiful. How it is gorgeous. And all of a sudden, we cannot see. Zero visibility.
Fog, right? Yeah.
We went into the clouds at 4,000 feet. We got to the summit, and the only way we knew we were in the summit is that we were traveling level with the car.
I got you.
We could not find the parking lot.
And then finally the road ended.
Right. We found the parking lot. We got out. The wind was 60 to 65. It was freezing cold. we couldn't find the steps. We found the steps. We got there. We were getting the VIP tour. They took us in. They showed us the weather center, and we went
that's nice.
up
That's cool.
to the observatory to watch the wind vane outside. We held on for dear
Oh,
life.
you're outside now?
Well, he took us right up to the observation deck,
Uh-huh.
only because we are meteorologists and it was arranged.
Professional courtesy.
Right,
Right, okay.
and
I guess.
we saw the bunkers where they sleep, because when they go up there in the wintertime,
They don't come back.
They don't come back until May. They cannot get down
Wow.
the
There's
road.
a job.
They get 500 inches of snow per season.
Wouldn't you give anything to be up there in the middle of a screaming blizzard with snow coming down sight? Wouldn't you?
No,
No.
Come on.
Are you crazy?
No.
I would love that.
they have 6-foot thick steel doors to shield them from the wind.
Really?
Okay. When I said to the guy, Brian, who was just absolutely incredible, I said to him, "What about going down now?" He said, "You're going to be in the clouds for 2 miles." And now we're riding on the edge again. And I said to Don, "No offense, I'm going to sit in the back seat behind you."
Oh, so you don't have to be.
Oh, you didn't want to look. You didn't want
I
to see.
did not want to. Well, first of all, you can't see because of the
Yeah,
fog.
yeah.
And
Well, you're
I
live.
said,
You're here with us this morning.
well, yeah. Well, I said to him, "Follow a car out, so we have somebody in front of us." So an SUV pulled out. We pulled out. The guy must have known the road. We lost him.
Oh, jeez.
So we took it down very easy. When I got down to 1,000 feet, I just said, "Thank God, that's it. I finished my
Wow.
bucket list."
you know,
Now, was it hard to breathe up there? Did you notice because you
I
were so hot?
yes.
Yeah.
When I got out of the car, I could not breathe.
so that as far as elevation goes, Mount Washington is
Yes.
the highest in the country?
That
or-
it's the highest in the East Coast. The
The East
Rockies are
Coast.
higher. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's Mount Hood. And
I
places
should
like
put
that.
you in touch with Mark, my 16.
I know, 'cause he did this.
He hiked it. He walked it.
I don't know how he did that.
Well,
Well, he's 16 years old.
Yeah, that's how.
That's how he did
And
it.
that's exactly the pictures that he sent back, where you never knew what the weather was going to be. There'd be sun, and then there'd be complete, total
Yep,
fog,
yep.
and then there'd be some partial sun, and then there'd be some hail, and then there'd be some. Yeah,
Yep.
so it's a crazy, wonderful place, though.
It's something to do if you're not afraid of heights. I would suggest you do it before.
And you're a really good driver.
yeah, exactly.
More with Pat Pagano this morning on the Walk Breakfast Club with Mark and Cindy as we celebrate Pat's 35th year at Walk 97.5.
Oh, my God.
Walk 97.5.